How's it going, everybody? Irrelevant Gamer here, and I'm giving you a 30 and 17 kill confirmed gameplay on the map Resistance using the Model 1887 and the Kimbo Scorpions. You're probably wondering right now, 30 and 17? What? Yeah, I'm uploading this because it gets so close to the wire, man. Like, at one point I wasn't even sure if we would win or not. Like, it was so close, man. That guy with the striker, man. Honestly, I don't like the striker too much. Using the single shotguns a lot, it kind of gets annoying. But now that I'm using the USAS, man, I'm loving that USAS, guys. Like, it's awesome, man. Ah, look, what? Semi-automatic shotgun one-shots, but yet a lever action shotgun doesn't. Like, come on now. That's why I kind of hate. Don't like the striker. I don't hate it, you know. I like using it from time to time. But anyway, guys, what I'm going to be talking about today is movies. You know, I was trying to think. I'm kind of on a commentary spree right now. I've been maybe commentating like 20 or 30 minutes straight. I've made maybe like 4 commentaries in a row, basically. And you know, I felt like continuing, and I decided while I was thinking, I was like, what should I think about, or what should I talk about? Should I even make another commentary? And I was like, in my mind, I was like, what should I talk about? And then movies. You know, movies seem pretty fun. You know, I'm not huge on them. I'm not like to the point where I'm going to the theaters. I mainly have, you know, I have Comcast, so I just get on demand and watch those movies from there, from the HBO and whatnot. And if I see a good movie, you know, I'll go ahead and rent it on demand and whatnot. So, you know, but, you know, like, what movies have you guys seen recently that you just think are pretty epic, you know? I kind of like movies that are like, comedy. I used to like comedy movies, but now, you know, I like the action movies and whatnot. And from time to time, a good horror movie. I think recently I've seen, My Soul to Take. Like, it isn't the greatest movie, not at all. It's like the classic horror movies, like you have a killer and people are trying to escape from the killer and figure out who the killer is and whatnot. That is the premise of what that movie is. There's a killer that nobody knows who he is, and you know, just another classic horror movie. People trying to survive from a killer, and I gotta say it is pretty decent. I hadn't watched a horror movie in a while. You know, just none of them has interest me. You know, Paranormal Activities are out there, and people are like, "Oh my God, dude, these Paranormal Activities movies are like the scariest movie." I remember when the first one came out. I was talking with my sisters and whatnot, and they were like, I was talking with my step grandparents. I'm not sure what to call them, but anyway, I was talking with them, and my sisters, of course, I went down to visit them, and they were saying Paranormal Activities is like scary as hell, and I was like, okay, I'd go ahead and check it out, and I buy the movie, I plop it into the DVD, I watch it into the DVD player, I watch it, and the entire movie, I'm like, this is it? This is supposed to be scary? Like, what? Sure, I went on the notion of buying it from some girls, but like, come on now. Sure, they get scared easily, but to the point where it's like a completely dull movie is scary, like, come on now. But then I did research on it, and people were like, Paranormal Activities is like one of the scariest movies out there, and when I seen it, I was just like, what? This is supposed to be scary? Come on now. And even when I see all these reviews, people are saying how scary it is, I was like, no, it is not. You guys are just sissies. Like, that movie is not scary in the slightest. I haven't even watched Paranormal Activities 2 or 3, but from what I've heard, they're practically like how the Blair Witch 2 was, just like just to get more money, basically. Like Blair Witch 1, the Blair Witch Project, that was a pretty good movie. I remember watching that back in the day. And I kind of got scared from that movie. That was a pretty good movie. And I think that guy had a tackling suit. I'm not sure what happened right there, but you know, that was a pretty good movie. And you know, these new horror movies, what is it? They just aren't that appealing, man. And you know, going back and watching the older movies like the Freddy Krueger, what is it, Nightmare on Elm Street? Like, that movie isn't the greatest, but you know, still watching it was pretty entertaining. Nonetheless, it wasn't scary, but it was entertaining. And these newer movies, they're like, what? They're not entertaining whatsoever. And oh, and I think what was going on why I'm using the striker now is I was close to leveling up my Model 1887 and the striker, so I went ahead and changed them. And then I think I went ahead and switched to the AA-12 as well later on in this gameplay. But man, I have this little Game Boy Advance cartridge thing. It holds the cartridges, and for some reason I keep playing with it. I don't even have a Game Boy Advance anymore. That was like, I think the last time I played one was like 8 years ago. But yeah, like I was saying, the horror movies nowadays are just dull, man. Like, I'm trying to think of a recent horror movie that has come out. All I can think of is Paranormal Activity. So I'm not big on the whole movie things, but yeah, I'd say in the last couple years, My Soul to Take is probably the most entertaining horror movie I've found. Like, I don't research the horror movies, but you know, that is probably the most entertaining one I found. I'd recommend seeing it. It isn't great by any means. Like I said before, it is just like the classic horror movies, but with the serial killer and whatnot. But like, go ahead and put in the comment section below what your favorite movies are nowadays, whether it's a horror movie or whatever. And you know, I'd like to know. And look, right here I switched to the AA-12. But in all honesty, like, the movies nowadays are kind of dull, and of course, you know, I don't know, the movies just back in the day seemed a lot better. Like, I remember watching the cartoon movies, like the Disney movies back in the day, and like, those were the shit, man. Like, those were good. And like, even the cartoons back in the days, man. But it's whatever. I'll go ahead and save that for another commentary. The commentary right now is coming to an end, and but basically, yeah, that's my opinion. The horror movies nowadays just seem really dull. The movie I kept talking about, My Soul to Take, it isn't even a scary movie whatsoever. It's just entertaining. Like Final Fantasy, like, I love the Final Fantasy series, man. I watched, I think, every single Final Fantasy there was. Or not, what is it? Not Final Fantasy, Final Destination. Wow, fail. But yeah, I watched pretty much every single one of them. And, you know, I remember watching the most recent one, watching it in the theater, and I was over there behind this one woman, and like, every time something would happen, she would be over there screaming, like, ah! Screaming to her lungs, holding her boyfriend and what. No, it wasn't even her boyfriend, it was one of her other friends. You know, I was a couple seats back from her and laughing at everything that was going on. Like, the Final Destination movies, they're funny to me, man. But anyway, guys, the gameplay is wrapping to an end. This has been Irrelevant Gamer. I hope you have enjoyed. Peace out, everybody.